Hello, everyone. Yeah, you probably don't want to hear my annoying voice. Ignore the conversation. Let's move on. Today, I confirmed for the title and the thumbnail. This is a care guide video on Crematogaster Cerasi. First to start out where they live. They live all throughout the USA and in parts of Mexico and Canada. I'm not actually sure about Mexico. I haven't checked, but for I think what I know, they have. Anyways, now moving on. For when they fly now, when they fly, it's usually around. I think the latest or the earliest, sorry, is either July, all the way to September. They'll fly, and depending on where they live, maybe October. No, what I've seen for at least in the Northwest, or I think just north of, for Canada, the entirety of Canada and the north of the USA, they tend to wait. They at least this is what I noticed with this colony that's on screen. They tend to wait until a year has passed, then they have their workers. I don't know why, but I found it out with my Fadoli colony. I had a 3 queen Fadoli bicarinetta colony just to see if they're polygynous. Fun fact, they weren't. And they were gonna wait until next year because they didn't have the worker numbers at that time to like do stuff, and I got punished for that because I had a colony of them. There was at least 9-10 workers, and they all died over hibernation. So just a little note, don't put it, because I put them on the heating pad in the Target land setup, and they did really well on that. It's just then I moved them into a test tube because I know they're not going to afford because of how small they are. Ignore the shaking here, I was fixing something. Anyways, moving on. Now, generally for a worker to egg to worker, sorry. It usually takes around, I would say, here's actually a fun fact. I'm sorry about all this shaking. What I've noticed is when ants come out of hibernation, their brood grows super fast. Like when my camper noticed, they had very small larvae. 3-4 days later, they had mature larvae. One of my Pennsylvanicus colonies actually had cocoons, so that's pretty cool stuff. But anyways, getting sidetracked here. What the hell's I on about again? I was on about something. Oh yeah. I think after hibernation, it'll take them about 2 weeks. At least that's what I noticed with this colony. I took them out about 2 weeks ago, and they already have pupae, and I would say probably not from hibernation, they take about 3 to 4 weeks. Consider you have a heating pad and you keep it well hydrated. Yeah. Usually you'll find these queens in the dark, because I forgot to say that. You just find like the time of year. You would just find them in the dark because they're nocturnal. And sometimes they'll fly with Lasius. Generally, they won't. Usually, they'll have their own nuptial flight. I've only found 2 queens, so I can't really give my personal opinion on that. But I've seen some videos of other people where they've seen Crematogaster and Lasius flying, not together, but same day. Anyways, I digress. Sorry about that if you heard a little cut between things because I thought I was muted. Anyways, what the hell were we talking about again? Oh yeah, egg to worker. Yeah, as I said, it would take about 2 weeks from egg to worker, and then about 3 to 4 weeks from egg to worker out of hibernation, or after like their first round of hibernation, whatever. Besides that, they're pretty. They have a high protein source, so make sure to give them a lot of protein. Even this small of a colony, I had to feed them at least a mealworm or at least two mealworms every other day, just to keep them afloat, because they're always wanting, whatever you call it, protein. And I'm about to get some recommendations for nests for these guys. I would recommend this nest because they're doing really well on it. It's called the Aesthetic Ants Nest. You can find it on Etsy, or if you're from the EU, you can find them at the shop. I'll link it in the description. Another good nest for these guys, the Tartula Ants Nest. They do a really good job as well. Probably one of the best ant guys, especially that they're homemade. So that's pretty cool stuff. Anyways, generally for the beginning, I would leave them in a test tube, because I've had them in one test tube, at least after this, for about a year. The entire time that the queen has had constant eggs, and then finally have workers, and I had it in there for like a month or two, then hibernation. So I'm surprised that water source lasted a while, but that's just talking about where the test tube is. It was an ant scan test tube. Let's not move on. Besides that, these girls, you make sure I just want to say they're a bit depending on how much you feed or how much protein you give them, they can it might cost an expense just because of the protein levels that you give them. So just be cautious with that. If you have a tight budget, you probably want to feed these guys about every 4 days or every 5 days. I would generally, if you're ever like away for a week, which sometimes I am, I would generally just give them, for like good advice for like if you're going away, no one's gonna be at your house, you can't get anyone to take care of them. I would generally give every one of your colonies 2 mealworms, based on this course based on like small colony size like this. I would generally give them 2 mealworms and a small liquid feeder, just to last them over the week. And then I don't know what the combination is, but the time I come back, they'll have like new pupae. It's really weird. I don't know why they do that, why that happens, but I'm digressing again. Let's not ask. That's pretty much it for these guys. The rest of this video is probably just gonna be photos or a video of it. So have fun. I'll put on some music. Bye.